everybody, it's me, Zach, and underneath this blanket is Potato, and welcome back to our channel. Hey everybody, it's me, Zach. Hi, how are you doing? We are on day 7 of Amberlynn uploading every day for 15 days, the arbitrary number she picked out of her head and put into the universe. And she almost actually didn't post yesterday. She posted this pretty late at night, at least late for me. This says 12 hours ago. So yeah, it was like around 11 p.m. my time, which would have been nearly midnight for her. So I don't know if this technically breaks her streak of posting every day for 15 days or whatever, or not. I think she's gonna count it. So just so you know, that's where we're at. I know yesterday I said that I was gonna be doing occasionally, if y'all liked it, updates about other people besides Amberlynn in combination with Amberlynn updates, at least during this 15-day thing. And I kind of am going to cover a different person for a little bit just here quickly at the beginning, but it's like an Amberlynn Reid adjacent update, so it all still kind of like ties in together. So of course I'll put some timestamps down below. Recently people have been saying that it's not showing up on the little bar, you know, that the bar that you can pull the little thing and go to the part of the video that you want to do that. I don't know why that's doing that. I think that's a glitch on YouTube's side, but either way, in the description box, I always put the timestamps there. That's actually what's supposed to generate the little bars throughout the scrolly bar. That's what generates it. So if you never see them there, just always double check the description box because that's usually where they're at. Unless, of course, I just like completely forget to do it, which sometimes I do, but not as often these days. Not as often. Anyways, today's little Amberlynn Reid adjacent update is about an old Amberlynn Reid character from quite a few years ago at this point. She came into the picture around the time, I guess, that I also started watching her. Her name is Rafe Archer. And if you're unfamiliar with Rafe altogether, what is important to know is that Rafe came into Amberlynn's life via Becky. Rafe and her partner Hannah were longtime friends of Becky's, and obviously were friends that were brought into Amberlynn's life once Amberlynn started dating Becky, because you know all of Amberlynn's partner's friends become her friends. And Rafe comes up, actually I guess did come up a little bit more recently in history, but the biggest thing I guess that Rafe had to do with Amberlynn is that whenever Amberlynn moved in with Becky, she moved into the apartment with Eric and Ricky, and they could only have so many animals in the home. I think that little rental unit allowed 3 animals at the time. Eric and Ricky already had 2 animals. And so Amberlynn pawned her cats off onto Rafe. And at the time, it was a really big deal. Like, people were very concerned about Rarity specifically because Rarity had yet to be fixed. Amberlynn kept refusing to take Rarity to the vet to get her fixed and things like that. And there was a huge fallout between Amberlynn and Becky and Rafe, because Rafe, behind Amberlynn and Becky's back, took some money from people on the internet and scheduled an appointment to get Rarity fixed. And there was a whole ordeal where Amberlynn and Becky did this like middle of the night trip to go take the cat's bag, this, that, the other. It also led to one of the greatest clips and lines from Becky ever. I'll play it right here for you.
Already stirred the pot. You've already let these people know.
Right.
And this is all we're going to be hearing.
She likes it.
And you know what?
She likes the drama, she likes the attention, because she never got it.
Like, it was such an iconic moment in the Amberlynn Reid lore. It was such a mess. And after that, Amberlynn and Becky stopped talking to Rafe for a long time. During that time, Rafe did have a channel, and she did spend some of that time on that channel talking about Amberlynn until ultimately she ended up using it for like her little craft making and stuff like that. And then we didn't really see Rafe again for a while until I guess at some point Amberlynn and Becky like forgave her and brought her back into her life. She showed up randomly in a couple of Amberlynn vlogs. And then she really didn't come back again until Becky left Amberlynn and Becky moved in temporarily with Rafe and Hannah. I'm not sure if Becky still lives with Rafe and Hannah, but that's where Becky was living post Amberlynn Reid breakup. There's obviously a whole lot more and more details to that. You can even go look on my channel and find many videos regarding Rafe. And if you search Rafe Archer on YouTube, because I just did it because I was trying to see if her YouTube channel was still active and I could easily find it, most of the things that come up are old like YouNow live streams and things like that. So if you really want like a lesson in Rafe Archer, there are videos out there. But the reason I'm bringing up Rafe today is because she has suddenly become active on social media again. And I will say that I have in the past interacted with Rafe in DMs and stuff like that. I don't think anything recently, but I could be wrong. I think she sometimes occasionally does like my Instagram stories and stuff. So it's possible we interacted that way once or twice in recent history. But what I'm here to share is that a couple things. One, she made a post saying or suggesting that she is looking into or is getting bariatric surgery. And the other thing is that she posted on Instagram and also on her YouTube channel that she'd be coming back to YouTube. On Instagram, she said, "Hey everyone, we're starting a YouTube channel. Technically, it's my old channel, but it's actually getting put to use after all these years. I'm excited. Both of us are. I haven't uploaded yet and probably won't until next week on the 1st. A lot of stuff is going on in our lives. Plus, I'm still getting the hang of our editing software. Come follow us. I'll be changing and updating my YouTube, but you can find us at Rafe Archer 125. And indeed, if you go to her page, there's nothing actually posted content-wise, no videos, nothing like that, but she does have a community tab post up that says, "Hey everyone, I know that this channel has sat dormant for ages, but big changes are coming. I'll keep you all updated on what's to come. Less than 3, Rafe and Hannah." This could end up being a big like nothing burger. She could end up doing nothing at all, but I will say Rafe was known for being particularly messy when it came to Amberlynn Reid and Amberlynn Reid drama. And Rafe is friendly and or friends, I assume still, with Becky. And so I'm curious to see if any of this content is going to be about Amberlynn or if she's really just going to be out here doing some vlogs based on her and Hannah's life. Anyways, I just wanted to put that out there so you could be on the lookout to see if anything comes up, if anything comes from that. But otherwise, let's just get into today's reaction and or video because, girl, I got shit to do today. I'm going to play gay volleyball later and I got to work out and I'm just so busy. So today's title is seriously lacking bars. I'm very, very saddened by that. But the title of today's video is Having a Breakdown, Self-Sabotage, and Memories of When I Was a Child, parentheses, with photo, end parentheses. And reading that out loud made me realize that my throat is dry and I forgot my water. So let me be right back. What do y'all know about a dry throat, you know? Alright, so let's get to, shall we?
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the vlog. So I was on TikTok last night. I have like this thing that I do. It's a little schedule where right before bed, I just scroll on TikTok. And something about it just like calms me down. My melatonin's flowing through my body. And I don't know what it is. I do it for like 20 minutes. It is what it is. And I got this TikTok.
Wait, I just want to say I'm like sort of obsessed with the concept of her like having a schedule. I honestly would have had no issues with her saying this because like I think it's like a pretty common thing that you just like scroll through some form of social media. For me, it's going to my Instagram Explore page right before bed and looking at food videos because like there's something about, I don't know, it's kind of like an ASMR feeling without the sound because I don't listen to it with sound. But anyways, I think that's like a totally normal thing, but for her to be like, well, I have this very important schedule I follow, I have very important meetings to attend, and the meeting is me laying in bed scrolling through TikTok. I love that. I love that for her.
Popped up about like something about like when you have a Jeep, which is one of my favorite cars, by the way. I'm not really a car girly, but
I was gonna say, you're not a car girly. You'll never drive. Why would you have a favorite car? I mean, I guess like you could admire a car Interesting.
I like a G-Wagon, if we're being
not a
super
G-Wagon.
detailed. So
That's like leftover from her Trisha Paytas stand-up, is the G-Wagon of it all.
But anyways, I saw this TikTok where there was like tons of ducks on the Jeep, and I was like, is this one of those things on TikTok that isn't actually real?
It's a real thing. It's a real thing. Jeep people are exhausting and they fucking love the rubber ducks. It's a thing, yeah. You wouldn't know that because you don't go out into the world. You get all of your news and information from the TikTok. And even now you're about to say, well, I looked out my window. I looked out my window and saw a Jeep with a duck. Girl, go outside. Experience the world.
And there's a Jeep parked across from my apartment.
Like you're not...
Whole windshield. I mean, there's at least 20 ducks.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my god, this is a real thing. I don't drive. I don't have a Jeep.
We know.
I was tempted to go buy some little ducks just to put on Jeeps. I don't know why people with Jeeps do this.
For when? When you happen to see a Jeep at the Target the 2 times a week that you make wifey drive you there? I don't understand the point. What a waste of your money. What a waste of your resources.
I don't know, but I just learned it and now I'm physically seeing it in real life. I have had...
She just wants anything to get the rush, the thrill of buying some shit she doesn't need. Anything she can find on TikTok to justify making a purchase. So silly. Like, I don't want to, make anybody with a Jeep feel bad, right? Because, I get it. It's your thing. It's a thing that people with Jeeps do. And I love that for you because at least to y'all, that's, a thing that you share with the Jeep community, right? It has meaning to you. It means something to you specifically. For Amberlynn, it's a gateway to, spending money on shit she doesn't need. It means nothing more than that to her. She didn't even know it existed prior to this moment.
Not a good day today. I got my dress stained, so I'm gonna change my shirt real quick.
Sounds good.
So I will be right back.
I love how she said my dress is stained, but I'm gonna change my shirt. Just we are your... Never mind, that's not important. That's nitpicky. I gotta get through this video, I got shit to do.
I just think it's so funny because the last time that happened, I was also wearing that dress, so
Stop wearing it. You gotta give it up.
Such a hard day today. I have not been able to film. I've been back on my heartbreak bullshit, crying and just feeling super unmotivated to do anything really. Y'all, I literally just slammed my finger in a door.
The perpetual pity party. The perpetual... I just listen, healing has no timeline. There's no, it's not linear. I get it. It's just we're on day 7 now of just the Amberlynn pity party. And it's fine if you feel sad. Please feel your feelings. I wouldn't want to take that from anybody. I mean, literally, I mentioned this in another video where it's just how long is it going to take to get over this? And somebody very appropriately was well, I broke up with my partner 2 years ago and I still get feelings of sadness and stuff associated with it. And I do think that's normal. So I don't want to take that away from her. But I'm just saying from a YouTube perspective, right? How long can we keep this going? I get that you're filming your life and whatever, but give us something, anything, this is supposed to be us engaging in entertaining content, and every day I get on here and we're feeling sad for ourselves. We're throwing the Amberlynn pity party.
Yes, I did. I was taking Twinkie potty when I was coming back in. I don't know what I did, but yeah, now my finger, it's not bruised, swollen or anything, but it's throbbing a little bit, so that hurt. But I wanted to do some P.O. Box. I still have my P.O. Box. If you want to send me anything, here's my P.O. Box.
The fact that she still has this damn P.O. Box when she's supposed to be moving in 3 months and doesn't need any more shit and was just complaining about the food that she gets sent. It's just... wild to me as a concept.
My contract for the P.O. box is for the next couple of months, so
I
you can
see.
still send me stuff. I've had people ask.
I mean, I guess that checks out. If, like, I do think you have to, like, pay for P.O. boxes, like, at a length of time, like a certain length of time. So I guess that makes sense. If she still has time on it, you may as well leave it open.
So the next thing is this package right here, which there's no note to, but it's a book called Life Isn't Weighed on the Bathroom Scales by Laura Rose. So I guess it's a book about, like, debunking myths about weight loss industry, I guess. So whoever sent this to me, thank you.
I would listen. She's gotten so many books from the P.O. box. I want a rundown from her of what books she has read and what books she hasn't, because I can't imagine she's read all of these books that get sent to her. She hasn't also, in general, talked about reading any kind of book in a while, despite having a page dedicated to every month in her bullet journal for all the books she was gonna read this year.
Okay, you guys, so I'm about to actually show you something super, super, like, special to me.
Oh,
so I'm just
gosh,
gonna do a
I wonder what
real
it could
quick
be.
backstory. I am the oldest of 4. I have 3 younger brothers, and when I was first put into foster care, me and one of my brothers were put into foster care while the other one actually got put up for closed adoption. So he was adopted, and that was one of the hardest things that I've ever had to go through. And then my mom ended up getting pregnant again, and she ended up having my baby brother, and I only got to meet him one time. My mom actually had him while I was in foster care, but I was able to go to the hospital where she had him for a supervised visit, and I held him in my arms, and my mom actually sent me a picture. I don't even know how she still has it.
A picture of what? Lemonade? Water. It just slays me how she says the word picture. Like, in context, obviously, we know what she's talking about. But it's just like, ooh, I could go for a nice pitcher of beer right now. A nice pitcher of lemonade.
But she sent me a picture of that day.
Okay.
Yeah, she did. Like, there's not a lot of things
that's
I
really
remember
sweet.
from my childhood. But I remember that moment, and I remember that day, and I remember how, like, wonderful it was, but also how hard it was. So in this photo, I am about 12 years old.
Okay.
And 3 years later, I actually wrote a poem, so I was 15.
Not the poetry. The poetry's gonna ruin the moment. Let's just leave it to the picture of you and your baby brother, because I do think that's really sweet. I'm sure that is a really touching moment, but I don't know if I need Amberlynn read poetry to accompany it.
And I still have that poem. I remember when I was in high school, I went to the trailer where I used to live, and there was still some stuff laying around, and one of those things was the poem that I wrote about my baby brother, who I only got to meet one time. And through all the years of being alive, because I'm 32, I have been able to keep that poem. So I want to show you the picture.
Okay.
I also want to read you the poem. The poem is not that good. Remember, I was 15, okay?
Well, your poetry as an adult is not that good either. Actually, I'm more willing to accept the bad poetry as a 15-year-old than I am for some of the late years Amberlynn read, actually. So you know what? I take it back. Let's hear the poem. Because a poem as a 15-year-old, I don't expect any kind of greatness. And it seems like you're realistic about how good it is. Because that's the other thing. I actually also don't care if as an adult you write bad poetry. But Amberlynn presents her writing and poetry as, like, genius level stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's the issue I take with it. But a 15-year-old, I'm here to hear whatever kind of poetry you were writing.
But it was special and important to me, and I really want to open up a little bit more and show it.
Sure. Okay,
We're
look
out
at
there
that.
under the same moon. We placed our feet on the same gravel. I met you once and held you tight. I think of the sadness of my last goodbye. You looked at me with baby eyes, oblivious to your future versus mine. Our mom made the choice while I suffer the consequence. Although I saw everything we could be, our mom made the choice and set you free. A brother I will love forever, who will never love me.
Was this brother also put up for adoption? Also, this sounds like something she would write as an adult, just to be clear. But I still stand by this is sweet. This is, I'm sure means a lot to her, so it's very cute. But it does sound like some adult Amberlynn poetry.
My first brother that was put up for adoption that I was really close to, saved his life and everything. I still don't know where he is. I think about him, dream about him, miss him, love him dearly, and I just hope that he's okay.
Sure.
But the one in that photo that I just showed you guys, he found us a few years ago.
Yeah.
So he is-
I do recall that. Remember that. She did talk about that in a video once upon a time.
is actively in my life, and I can safely say that, that last line in the poem isn't true. He loves me and I love him, and I've never been so grateful, and I can only hope that my other baby brother will find me one day, hopefully. Okay, so right now I'm actually making a little store list moment and kind of thinking more of what is it that I want to do with myself? I thoroughly just feel so lost as a person right now.
She's out here writing her store list so she can force wifey to take her to the Target and the Walmart again so she can spend some time with wifey.
Just feel so lost, and I just need to find myself, be myself, just wholeheartedly. I don't care about what anyone says about me. I just don't care.
Good.
I just need to be myself, and I have to keep reminding myself of that.
Great. Yeah, let's keep that attitude. I'm curious how long that will last. I'm curious how long that attitude of I'm just gonna be me. It's time to be real. Are y'all on the Be Real app? My friends just convinced me to do it, and I'm kind of obsessed, but I really am keeping it to the 4 friends I have on there. It's almost I get to just share a little personal image with just my close friends. It's cute. Even though I could do that on Instagram too, I guess, with my close friends list. Nah, I'm just gonna keep it to Be Real.
Because the only person I got right now is myself. That's the only person I got right now.
You don't got your mom?
And with how lost I feel, if I didn't even have myself, I don't even know, I just don't even know.
What does that mean?
Just a month.
Wait, what does that mean if I didn't even have myself? You have yourself! How would you not have yourself? You're right there.
All that and just feeling lost. I know that I'm gaining weight. I actively see it in my face when I'm editing, and it kind of shocks me. I'm not gonna lie. What? Because it's hard to notice weight loss on my body, and it's also really hard to notice weight gain on my body. And the fact that I can physically see that, I hate it. I hate it so much. I just can't sit around and sit and wait and wait and wait. What am I waiting for?
Thank you. That's what we've been saying, girl. What are you waiting for? What? This is also, honestly, so representative of your life. Even when it comes to things not weight loss related. You're sitting here waiting for months to move out of this home that you share with your ex. You just constantly are waiting. You're typing in your little digital journal and waiting a month to go write it in your little paper journal. What are we waiting for with everything? You have all the time in the world, and we're just sitting here waiting for something to happen. Spoiler alert, nothing's gonna happen if you don't start doing something, and all aspects of your life. Nobody's gonna come down here with a magic wand and just make it all happen for you.
I don't know why, but I keep having these feelings of guilt. And I talk about guilt a lot in therapy.
Are we going?
Things that happened in my past when I was younger.
Are we going to therapy, though? Is that a thing that's currently actively happening? Or are you talking past tense, you have talked about it a lot in therapy?
Things that were definitely not my fault. And it's my therapist is trying to teach me
Okay, that sounds like present tense.
And when I'm feeling guilt for reasons that really don't make sense, things that I shouldn't feel guilty for. But something I'm feeling a sense of guilt, which I feel is sabotaging me, I'm doing a self-sabotage situation type deal. It's when I was...
That RuPaul inner saboteur, she's out here.
When I was with Feline, a lot of people, thought she was a feeder and all this nonsense that is not true. The whole time she was so supportive and she wanted me to lose weight. And it wasn't because of physicality, because she finds me beautiful, and for that.
We're still on this narrative that wifey was so supportive of you, that wifey was so helpful, so supportive, so encouraging. Girl, wifey is the only way that you make it to the store to get food, you know? Like, she's the one that's taking you around and getting all of this stuff for you. I don't understand how wifey is like the most supportive girlfriend ever. She hasn't been. Spoiler alert, you haven't lost weight while being with her. I'm like, I don't know what to say.
And I'm forever grateful because she actually made me feel that way a lot.
I'm glad. That's good.
It was just because of health and because of stamina and to have a whole life with me. And obviously at this size, she was only able to have like a partial part of that instead of like what she fully wanted, you know? Like we couldn't hop on a plane and go to Bora Bora because of me. I had all this support from her.
I'm so confused. Well, there she goes again with that support word. But I'm so confused why, like, she's making it sound like the reason that this relationship ended was because she couldn't give wifey what she wanted, which was, like, the ability to travel and see the world, which also, spoiler alert, is something we heard whenever they talked about breaking up, like, whenever Becky and Amberlynn talked about breaking up, right? We've heard this before. This is not new. And yet, even after the breakup, she can't use that as motivation, right? Like, it's doing nothing to inspire her to be like, wow, I don't want to be in this situation again, where somebody feels like I can't give them what they want. I can't give them travel. I can't give them whoever, whatever. She's just sitting here being like, I'm just going to wait for something to happen.
And all the guidance, she always urged me to exercise and to eat healthy and do right. And it's like, if I do that now, I'm gonna feel so guilty. Because it's like, why didn't I do that when I was with her? So it's like, I have this like guilt feeling.
This is so hard to watch. I'm just gonna move all my hair forward.
And like, I've talked about it to Feline, obviously, like, it's something we talked about earlier today, and it's
Bessie,
just like,
this is also the other problem, though, honestly, truly. I know I just talked about, you know, using that as motivation to move forward, but, you know, like, I guess the other thing, really, to consider is, like, it's okay to want to do something like that for a partner, to want to, like, you know, give your best for a partner. But also, and this goes back to things I said when she very first said that she broke up with wifey, right? Which is that you need to also want this for yourself. Like, it's fine to want that for a partner, but if you don't also want it for yourself, then it's not enough. It's not enough to just want it for a partner. You need to want it for yourself. And when you broke up with wifey and you made that video, in that video, you said, and this is me trying to talk to you straight. Well, I'm gay, but like, straight, okay? I'm trying to talk to you straight about this and in an honest and like a productive feedback kind of way, okay? But if you really know what you deserve, if you said that you broke up with wifey and it was mutual because you knew what you deserved and you weren't getting it, and you need to know what you deserve for yourself. And what you deserve for yourself is to take care of yourself. The number of times I've sat here and listened to you talk about all the travel you want to do, regardless of partner, okay? Regardless. How many times have I listened to you answer Q&A questions about where you want to go and you've said Bora Bora? And now it's become a punchline and a joke about how you can't give wifey what she wants. You can't get on a plane and travel to Bora Bora. That was your dream, bestie. That was your desires. That's been your desire before wifey ever came into the picture. So, like, why can't we remember that? That's what I want you to think about. I'm not saying that to be rude or mean. I really am trying to come from a place of, like, support, which I know, like, it's goofy and silly, because, like, Amberlynn'S not out here listening to me, but if this was my friend in real life and they were crying about feeling guilty for doing something that really should be for themselves, but feeling guilty because they're doing it now and it's something that their partner wanted them to do, I would say suck it up, buttercup, and do this for yourself. Fuck the ex. that person's not in your life anymore. Well, she is in your life because she's still living with you. But, like, fuck the ex. Move on. You have got to find a way to be happy with yourself. And you're not going to find that in just, like, parading around looking for partners to motivate you and inspire you. I honestly take back saying use that for motivation. You need to fucking do this for yourself.
Obviously doesn't want me to feel this way, like, regardless if we're together or not. Like, she wants me to succeed, but it's like, why do I feel so bad that, like, if I succeed now but we're not together? Like,
I don't know, girl.
Weird.
You need to feel bad for not succeeding for yourself, girl. Like, stop putting this energy in wifey.
Like, thing in my brain, like, that I just can't understand, and it just makes me feel guilty. Like, I don't know, I hate it so much. Anyways, I don't want to sit here and just, like, blubber.
Yeah, let's
and
not.
Cry and whatever. So I'm trying to sit here and, like, take away those feelings of, like, yes, Amberlynn, you didn't do it while you were with her, but do it while you're not with her. You don't have to be with her to do it. You don't have to feel...
You sure the fuck don't. You sure don't have to be with her to do this. Just like you didn't have to be with Becky or Destiny or Crystal or anybody. You need to do it for you, bestie.
Guilty for succeeding while not being with her. And I have to figure out, like, how I can say that and actually mean it.
We need to move out,
A lot
too.
of people... Like,
we
I have
need to
said
move
in the
out, move
past that
on.
it seems like I self-sabotage myself, and it's like, for the first time ever in my life, I feel that way, that I'm, like, subconsciously self-sabotaging myself.
You sure are.
And I'm, like, just tripping about it, and I don't know, it's, like, the craziest feeling that I just cannot wrap my head around fully. I'm trying to ignore it, and I'm trying to push it away, but sometimes when feelings are so strong, that's, like, sometimes virtually impossible to do. So I'm sitting here and I'm trying to make, like, a store list
I am obsessed with the idea that, like, the way she's trying to, like, make herself not mentally break down is by, like, thinking of things she can buy. Which just honestly speaks to, like, one of the ways that Amberlynn copes with things, which is what can I spend my money on? What material item can I bring into my life to fill the void?
I decide, like, what just makes the most sense to me. And it's like, I just want to, like, do common sense. I just want to eat healthier. What does that... take out the junk.
What does that mean, I just want to do common sense? I honestly, well, one, just, like, don't understand what she's trying to say, but, like, I guess if I try to understand what she's trying to say is she just wants to eat things that make sense that are healthy. But at this point, I feel like that's so jumbled up in her head of, like, what that even means to her. You know?
Take out the fast food, unless it's something super healthy, but even then it's just, like, it's hard for me to choose healthier fast food options.
Right,
and take
clearly.
out options. I don't know why. Like, losing weight can be easy. Like,
realistically,
it can be. But I just make it so much more difficult than it needs to be. Like, for real. So
I honestly have also been thinking about this for a while, and honestly, with how long the little, like, weight loss surgery arc lasted, I would say that I was, like, cautiously optimistic that something was going to come from that. Post-breakup and post-weight loss surgery clinic, it's very hard for me to be optimistic. I think I've run out of optimism because, you know, weight loss surgery, she did go once upon a time, like a few years ago, to meet with a weight loss surgeon, and nothing really came of that. But this was the first time that it felt like she was actually, like, seriously considering it and trying to do something. And I know a lot of people throughout the whole process had doubts about the whole thing and this, that, the other. But for what it's worth, like, it was the most optimistic I felt about Amberlynn, like, actively trying to change her life. And now it really feels like we are really truly, when she says that she feels like she's self-sabotaging, ever since she broke up with Wifey, that's all that this has felt like. It's just, like, self-sabotage city. She's been doing things she knows isn't gonna work, and in a lot of cases, like, not even trying to do anything, period. So I don't know. I don't know. This has been, like, also an incredibly hard video to watch, if I'm being honest. Like, I can usually find things that are, like, fun, silly, goofy to enjoy in her videos. And this has just been a downer. Which, like, I'm sure she would say, like, that's my life. Sometimes I'm just, like, not gonna be in a great mood, and I get it. But, yeah, this has been tough to watch today.
With pen to paper, I have made a store list, so we will definitely do a grocery haul.
Oh, good.
I don't know.
Thank God.
Word vomit, and honestly kind of off topic. I just want to say thank you guys for being, like,
For
my
what?
video diary audience. I appreciate it.
So we got a video diary, a notes app diary, and a physical paper diary. Cool. So many places.
I've also heard around the grapevine, if you will,
Heard-
like, this is supposed to be...
Heard around the grapevine? You've just generally heard around. It's through the grapevine, bestie. I'm just trying to help you out for future reference when you want to use that idiom.
You know, Amberlynn'S single era, like, she's supposed to be just, like, popping off. And,
Also,
like, having a...
what is the grapevine? What's the grapevine that you've heard around? Like, what grapevine are you referring to? Reaction channels? The comments section you're not reading? I'm just curious.
And glow up, and... No, I'm not in my single era. I'm in my heartbreak era. I am in I am broken era. I am in my I'm lost era. I am freaking sad. I am grieving. I am mourning era. I'm not
Well, let's move past that era.
Single Lynn era. That's not where I'm at right now. And it's like, if you can't appreciate me being vulnerable, just kind of accepting that this is where my life is at right now. It's like, bye. Obviously, like, there's no connection between me and you, so why are you watching? I feel like all the people that
Why do I feel like she's talking directly to me? Calm down, girl. Like, please don't come at me like that. Listen, you don't have to be living in your single era. I just want that for you, because I think if you could move past this stuff with Feline, you could be in a whole different place in your life. I'm just wanting you to be there because I see the potential for you and your channel. I see the potential for you to be doing things on your channel that are more interesting than this. I see the potential of you doing things for the first time as a single woman, like actually doing them as a single woman, not having wifey take you places and do things for you. Like, I just see that. I really, truly want to be optimistic for you. This video is making it, like I just said, very hard to be optimistic, but, like, I just have greater wants for you. And I would love for you to want that for yourself, too. But I guess, like, for you, it's easier to just sit here and continue the Amberlynn pity party. But, like, also don't be surprised when people aren't here for the Amberlynn pity party for too much longer, because, like, I've already seen the comments on my videos that are like, Zach, I don't know how much more of this I can take. Like, people are gonna stop tuning in. And also, that's part of the reason why, like, I've also tried to include some other stuff. Like, I've thrown in some foodie booty stuff because people were interested in hearing how you're handling your breakup at first. I think that is something that's interesting. But even if we talk about this being your heartbreak era, nothing's changing. It's the same shit every day. You're not making progress. You're not even really getting worse. It's just the same stuff regurgitated to us every day.
I watch, there's, like, some sort of connection, and anyone that I, like, hate, I can't watch.
Well,
like,
I don't hate
so
you.
Hard for me.
She's not talking to me because I don't hate her. She must be talking about Judy Smith's channel.
And I know that if there was anyone that I was watching was going through what I was going through, like, my heart would go out to them, and I would understand where they're coming from and, like, what their life is. And
I hope y'all are getting from me that I understand where she's coming from, and I understand why she's frustrated or heartbroken or whoever, whatever. And I hope you also see how I want the best for her, and that's why I'm, like, wanting for her to do more.
And all of that. And I just feel like people are expecting a lot out of me right now, when it's hard for me sometimes just to get out of bed. I'm finding things to do with my life to distract myself.
Like what?
But there's
like
only
what?
so much distraction that I can do. There's only so much, talking I can do to other people or...
Leave your home. You literally, part of this vlog was you pointing at a car out the window that was sitting in the parking lot outside of your apartment, bestie. Like, we don't even see you leave your home. Find things to occupy yourself with. Of course it's going to be hard when all you do is sit around all day.
Journaling I can do. There's only so much of those things until it's just like it all ran out and I'm back to feeling that just like horrible wave of just sad. So yeah, this is like a video diary for me.
All right.
This isn't my single era.
Wrap it up.
This is my heartbreak era for sure. And I
Wrap
just
it
wish
up.
people were a little more kind. I really do.
Listen, I don't know what people are saying to her, and it's very possible people are not being as delicate or as nice to her as I'm trying to be. But I do think it's wild that she can't see that people want more for her than she wants for herself. Because I really think she's just like squandering an opportunity to pick herself up and keep going. Like, there are so many things she could be doing, and she's just waiting for something else to happen for her. And I don't know, if that's what she wants, get after it, girl. It's your life, bestie. It's your life. Anyways, that is all I have time for today. That's it. That's all. I have to go do some other stuff and I still have to edit this video. So, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you're brand new to my channel, make sure to subscribe down below and hit the bell button so you get notifications every single time I upload. Go ahead and leave me a comment, hit like, click share, and follow me on all of my social media. I love you all so much. I'll see you all next time. Bye!